Too much mud, sipping on junk the reaper, nigga. Scroll through pictures of myself, gotta face my demons, nigga. If no one else, I'ma do it myself, I plan to leave a nigga. Front on, I'm gon' lead on my own. Hustlin', ballin', got it right now, I'm strong.
Yo, what it do? It's your boy Canvas TV, man. We back with another video. We back with a new video. That's that. Hey, I'm sorry I ain't posted the last 2 days, man. You know, I was on a family vacation, so I really was enjoying myself. Really ain't really too much on the phone like that, really too. But yeah, I have been seeing a lot of y'all been commenting, liking, and yeah, comment, liking, and subscribing to the channel still, man. It means so much to me, man. If you're new to this channel, like I said, I go by Caves, and we like to, you know, react to NBA highlights, football highlights, all the type of sports highlights. So yo, we like to do that. But yeah, you new to the channel, man. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. In today's video, this title is Victor Wembanyama, the new growth spurt. It's scary. So we finna see how tall he is. I heard he got a new growth. So we finna see new height on him. We finna see what they talking about. So let's go.
Victor Wembanyama went viral 1,000 times before getting drafted because it was crazy to see someone that tall move and play basketball like that. And when he got in the league, it was crazy to see him make freaks like Anthony Davis or Rudy Gobert look small. So people started asking, how tall is he really? Well, we got the official answer when he measured in at 7 foot 3.5 inches without shoes before the NBA draft. Case closed, like 7 foot 4 in shoes. But since then, people have noticed something weird. The Spurs listed him at 7'4" as a rookie, but then they downgraded him to 7'3" before his second season. Did he shrink? No, the exact opposite. Photos came out of him standing next to guys with confirmed height like Zach Edey, and Wemby is clearly taller. So did Wemby actually grow and the Spurs are trying to hide that? Why? And what does that mean for his NBA career? But I just got the numbers for MyFitFoods and you guys are loving it. That makes me really happy because I am loving it too. All I eat are MyFitFoods meals all day, every day, plus a bowl of oatmeal in the morning. And it's allowed me to achieve all my fitness goals while being affordable and extremely tasty. They're always mixing in new meals every single month. And it's so convenient. Like one of the biggest wastes of time in my life recently has been like on Sundays trying to meal prep the entire day for the week, and it doesn't even taste that good. But MyFitFoods takes care of all of that. And if you use my promo code AMHOOPS30, you get 30% off your meals. They have stores you can walk in Houston or Portland or Denver, plus new stores coming in Dallas and Austin. So please check out MyFitFoods like a lot of you guys have been doing. Use my promo code AMHOOPS30 for 30% off. Well, Wemby was drafted at 19 years old, and growth charts show that most males stop growing after age 18, but in rare cases, some may continue to grow into their early 20s. When Giannis faced Wemby for the first time, he saw the rookie do insane things like a block on one end and handle like a guard. But he said he plays the right way. I've never seen anything like him, but he is not 7'3". He is way taller. And whoever said he's 7'3", that's a lie. Really? So according to Giannis, Wemby already grew from before the draft to the middle of his rookie season, but apparently it hasn't stopped yet. There are several recent photos that all point to another growth spurt. And with these photos, we can determine how tall he might actually be right now. So photo number 1 is from early March, the Spurs official team picture. That's Wemby in the back, and a Spurs blog called Pounding the Rock did the math here. It's a little complicated, but stay with me. So Charles Bassey is 6'10" and clearly goes up to Wemby's mouth. Well, a human head is conservatively 1/8 the height of a person's body. So on a 7'4" Wemby, that would be 11 inches. But the mouth is a quarter of the way up the head. So that leaves 8¼ inches on top of Charles Bassey. Wemby is 7 foot 6¼ inches. But hey, that photo was like far away. We had to do some math. Let's keep it simple. Every Spurs Rookie of the Year posed for this picture in late April. Tim Duncan is listed at 6'11". David Robinson is 7'1". And Wemby...
Man, Wemby make David Robinson look small, bro. He make David Robinson look small and Tim Duncan. That is crazy, bro.
a lot taller than everyone. But how much taller? Well, Robinson is older, right? Like maybe he shrunk an inch or two, fine. But if we go to the mouth height again, that still puts Wemby at 7'6", closer to 7'7", which is crazy. But the latest photo is staggering. This is Wemby standing next to French prospect Maxime Reynaud in mid-May. Maxime is listed at 7¼ inches at the combine. So according to proportions, the top of the nose is the middle of the head, which means Wemby is about 5½ inches taller, making him 7 foot 7 inches tall. And if you run that photo through a simulator, it also happens to say 7'7". So dude grew about 3+ inches since getting drafted. Goodness. But who cares? So he's taller. What's the big deal? I mean, why are the Spurs trying to hide this? Well, in NBA history, there have been just 7 players who were 7'3" or taller to have notable careers.
I ain't gonna lie, I remember one point in time, Kevin Durant, he was aligned by his height too at one point. I think they were saying he was 6'11", something like that. And I really think he was like 7 foot. It was something like that. I remember at one point in time in his career, he was hiding, they were hiding his real height and was lying about it. I remember.
Marcel Gauskas, Kristaps Porzingis, and Arvydas Sabonis 7'3", Ralph Sampson, Rick Smits, Mark Eaton at 7'4", and 7'6" Yao Ming. And of those 7, 5 of them either missed an entire year with injury or had to retire because their body broke down. In fact, almost every player in history over 7'1" had a career plagued with injuries. Wemby has already ended both seasons early, even though one was a blood clot. So the Spurs know, if we all found out about another growth spurt to around 7'6", 7'7", the entire NBA media would have a giant freak out. It would be wall-to-wall coverage on the day of that growth spurt announcement about Wemby's career being threatened. And every time he has a small little tweak, the media would immediately go to career ending. So they don't want all that stuff in his head like for the rest of his career. And obviously they're trying to protect him, listing him at like 7'3". 7'3" is a joke. But the Spurs also believe those concerns. They secretly worry that Wemby's career might be a lot shorter than most. And how do we know that? Because Shams just reported something very strange about San Antonio.
They also have a ton of assets. They have tradable contracts. They have the number 2 pick. They have the number 14 pick in this year's draft. They have all their picks. Whether there's a player like a Giannis Antetokounmpo, I think a Kevin Durant's another guy that the Spurs, there was mutual interest in at the deadline. I think they're going to be looking very actively to see, is there a wing player we can bring in that could take us over the top?
Wow. So forget just Giannis. They might get Kevin Durant, 37-year-old Kevin Durant. Why would they trade real assets when Wemby is just 21 years old? Because they are afraid of his body. They know that Wemby's timeline might be super short, so they want to get a championship in while they can. This ain't like a Tim Duncan where
Wemby needs some meat on his body or something. Yeah, a little twig. Every time he touched the ground or touched something, he hurt, man. Y'all need to put some muscles on that boy body. He's so small to be, like, he not small. He just don't have the muscles like a LeBron James coming in force with his elbow or with his chest or with his shoulder, you feel me? You know, he gonna hurt because you need some muscles in the NBA, man. You might just be tall and got height, you know, tall, and you need some muscles, man. You need some.
19-year runway to win multiple titles, the Spurs know it might be a lot shorter than that. Plus, with the new CBA, it makes sense to load up on expensive vets now while Wemby is still on his rookie contract. But is this report even real? I mean, how do we know the Spurs are...
And then again, is the Spurs ready to take that? Is the Spurs really the risk, taking that risk? You trading all these players to get KD, who damn near finna be towards his end of career in the next couple of years. So is y'all ready to take that chance or keep building on this team and let Wemby, like, you know, get Wemby right? Shit. Or they could get Giannis. Giannis a good fit, though. Giannis a good fit.
thinking on that short little timeline because they already confirmed it by trading for De'Aaron Fox. Instead of trying to build slowly through the draft like the OKC Thunder, they started spending their draft assets to accelerate Wemby's timeline by surrounding him with win-now vets. But what would it actually take to get KD? Well, first of all, his natural position is small forward, which is an area of need for the Spurs. Last year, he scored 27 points per game on 53% from the field and 1.2 blocks. That is better than every Spurs player who played 55 plus games last season. But if the Suns want to demand that number 2 pick, it's not going to happen. The Spurs never overpay for players, so I think a 3-team deal might make it work. What about the Spurs get KD, the Suns get Nick Claxton, Keldon Johnson, the number 14 pick, and another one of those picks from the Hawks. The Nets get Devin Vassell and a 2029 first from the Spurs. So the Suns here would get a young big in Clax to pair with Devin Booker and the number 14 pick in this year's draft, which is a valuable cheap contract. The Nets do this because they get a shooter Vassell, who is a valuable piece in their new offense, plus a first-round pick. But obviously, the Spurs would prefer Giannis, who is 7 years younger than KD and still playing at an MVP level. Dude got 3rd in MVP this year. Yes, Giannis doesn't shoot, but Wemby took a huge leap there last year. Either way, it's pretty obvious. The Spurs feel pressure because of Wemby's new growth spurt. And it's still amazing to see a guy his size play like he does, but the taller Wemby gets, the more you have to worry about his long-term future in the NBA. But apparently another generational prospect's right around the corner. Cooper Flagg is about to get drafted number 1. All the reports say the Mavericks will not trade the pick. They're going with Cooper. But then we get another report, and it's just like the Mavs, isn't it? They might actually try a plan with Cooper that could completely ruin his career before it even starts.
The Mavericks. Hey man, if you enjoyed this video, man, make sure you leave a like and a comment and let me know how y'all feel about this video. Hey, with me height is crazy though. Let me know how y'all feel. Let me know what y'all want to see next, what video y'all want to see next. Yeah, we still gonna be turning up on that too, man. So yeah, let me know. See y'all next video, man. Love.